Hey y'all, today for my deconstruction of Swiftianity, we're back in the workbook. This is still the charismatic leader section. Now, to be clear, we don't deconstruct cults. We can deconstruct our experience in cults, but what we deconstruct is the ideology, the worldview that the cult gives you. That's what you have to spend about a decade figuring out. We can deconstruct any ideology, cult-like or not. Okay, so just to be clear, I do not think Swifties are a cult. I have spoken and written about that. Just did a whole interview with Vice where we talked a lot about that, because being a Swiftie is an identity, but that still means we can deconstruct it. Okay, so today's question was, have you ever doubted a leader's decisions but stayed quiet about your concerns? What held you back? What consequences did you fear if you speak up? Okay, so now this one's obviously a little different because I don't really see Taylor Swift, I never really saw her as a leader. I think it's kind of weird when people want celebrities to be their leaders, but I definitely over-identified with her. And when we over-identify with celebrities, it usually comes from trauma. And in my case, I don't think I saw her as a leader. I think I saw her as an alternate version of me, the girl I could have been without all the trauma that I didn't ask for, right? So what I wrote for this one was I had a funny moment when I was writing Culting of America, which is the big book I have coming out next, which deals with Taylor Swift's followings a few times. And then at the end brings up the question of, is being a Swiftie a cult, right? But when I was first writing in the first chapters and I put a reference to Taylor Swift and her fans and how she can, weaponize her fan group against people, I remember it struck fear in my heart. And I had a moment of being like, do I want to do this? And then I had to be like, stop it, Daniella. One of the things Taylor Swift did brilliantly is cultivate parasocial relationships with her fans, right? At one point, she invited fans to her house where she baked them cookies and then let them listen to the new 1989 album, right? So she did this brilliant thing where pretty much any white woman in America thinks that she's just a hop and a jump away from Taylor Swift being her friend, right? But other than Abigail, have you ever heard of Taylor Swift having civilian friends? No, probably because she might be a malignant narcissist, but we haven't gotten there yet, right? The reality was, I need to write my book without wondering if Taylor Swift is going to read it, because that is, one, bonkers. Taylor Swift is not going to read my book. I'm not convinced that she reads. Two, my book is almost certainly not going to be that famous. And three, what I was saying was correct, right? I needed to say it, especially in a book about cults. Did I need to be able to write what I wanted without thinking, is some person going to be mad, right? But again, that was the brilliance of the Swiftyism of it all, right? She made it seem like she's this everyday person that you could just one day bump into, even though she spends millions of dollars and is destroying the planet to make sure that we will never actually bump into her. Check out the Deconstruction manual. It is linked up there. You can get it in a bundle with the Culting of America.